Hu Tao, I sense there's something important you want to discuss regarding emergency responses today. What is it that you find so critical about them?
You're absolutely correct. Emergencies are this funny thing, unpredictable, inevitable, and a real test of how an organization stands out.
That sounds quite serious. How exactly does an organization distinguish itself during an emergency?
It's all about preparation, like crafting the perfect talisman. A well-prepared team is like a group of exorcists facing a supernatural storm. If you've trained and supported everyone well, the storm won't scare you as much.
You speak of training, but what does it specifically entail in an organizational setting?
Oh, it involves setting up rituals. Processes to handle chaos calmly. Regular hands-on training keeps everyone on their toes. It's like rehearsing for a play, where even the unexpected parts are handled with grace.
Interesting analogy. Does this preparation extend to the higher echelons of management as well?
Definitely. Management needs to back these processes up, like the wise leaders guiding their people. Without their support, resources for training could just disappear. Poof.
So the role of support is pivotal. How does it translate to the actual moment of emergency?
In the heat of the moment, training kicks in. Stress levels rise, but preparation clamps down on panic. Everyone knows their roles, like actors on stage with rehearsed lines and actions.
A well-executed performance indeed. Why are these responses so uniquely defining for organizations?
Well, it's because emergencies are the ultimate test of an organization's resilience. It's like my journey in the morning hall. A successful ceremony brings honor and sets the standards high.
And for those that don't prepare adequately, the outcomes could be disastrous, I presume?
Yes, imagine if an exorcism went wrong, chaos spreads, morale plummets. An organization without response training can't hide the cracks when under pressure.
That's enlightening. But what about the aftermath? How do organizations ensure they learn from each incident?
That's the beauty of it. Documenting what happened is crucial, like recording tales of past adventures. Post-mortem reviews ensure those missteps become tales of caution, guiding future responses.
I see. It sounds almost like a cycle of continuous improvement then?
Exactly. It's like evolving a fighting technique. Each mistake is a lesson, prompting adaptations and tweaks, setting the stage for a refined future performance.
And the cycle continues endlessly, correct?
Indeed. Every stumble is an opportunity, another chance to learn and emerge stronger. This resilience and adaptability make a mark in the chaotic world of emergencies.
It sounds like a fascinating, yet perhaps demanding process.
Well, demanding it may be, but it carries the essence of survival and excellence. With every blissful exorcism or tricky emergency, there lies an opportunity to evolve and excel.
Such enthusiasm. What role do individual team members play in this grand performance?
Each member is key like strings on a guitar. They need to work together harmoniously, no discordance eternally. Everyone has roles and should support each other like comrades on a battlefield.
Supporting one another, an admirable sentiment. How does this spirit of unity manifest during emergencies?
When the storm hits, everyone jumps in, casting aside titles. It's a synchronized dance of rolling up sleeves and diving into the fray, giving it their all, to restore order.
There seems to be genuine energy and perhaps camaraderie amidst these crises.
Yes, adversity shapes bonds. Those who battle disasters together forge connections akin to soulmates dancing under a full moon.
A poetic depiction, truly. It seems every emergency you describe is a potential unifying experience for an organization.
Exactly. Those shared efforts in face of calamity leave indelible marks and strengthen the collective spirit, just like shared residues of incense at the end of a ritual.
Thank you, Hu Tao. I feel I have gained a lot of insights into why these responses are critical and how they define an organization.
It's a pleasure. Remember, preparation never goes amiss. An emergency is just another dance, a lively duel in the grand theater of life.
So much to consider, yet I am curious. How do individuals prepare for their roles in such urgent scenarios further?
Oh, that's the next chapter of our tale. But don't worry, it's filled with as much excitement and vigor as a lantern festival.
Hu Tao, I was reflecting on what you've shared about emergency responses, and I'm curious, how do you approach the initial moments when systems break?
It's all about poise and assurance. First rule of thumb, don't panic. Take a deep breath, for the sky isn't falling, perhaps a few electrons are misbehaving.
Stay calm, noted. But what comes after recognizing that initial stability?
That's when you rally your team. Orchestrate the skilled musicians, if you will. If it feels like a puzzle with too many pieces, summon more hands to help fit them.
So you're implying that collaboration is key?
Indeed, eh? Think of it as calling for reinforcements during an adventurous night in Liwue. More heads mean more solutions.
And what about the company guidelines on these matters? Are they as critical as gathering a team?
Absolutely. Being well acquainted with those guidelines is like knowing the lyrics to an ancient tune by heart. They guide you through the chaos seamlessly.
I see. And in large organizations like Google, how do they frame this preparation?
Google's approach is practically a masterclass. They run tests, deliberately break things even to watch how systems react and fail. It's like a rehearsal for the eventual show.
Fascinating. And do these tests always go as anticipated?
Oh, not always. Sometimes reality takes an unexpected turn and surprises await around the corner like a mischievous ghost.
If reality strays from expectations, how does one adapt?
In such cases, abort the test and recalibrate to restore harmony. Documenting what happened is essential to piece together the puzzle for next time.
So immediate documentation is as crucial as the response.
Exactly, like recording the melody of a fleeting tune. By documenting, you not only resolve, but also learn to prevent the hiccup from dancing onto your stage again.
What happens when these proactive tests create additional challenges?
Well, it's not always smooth sailing. Sometimes adjustments lead to unexpected results, a true kaleidoscope of dependency surprises.
And how do they handle these unexpected dependencies?
With quick thinking and swift action, rollbacks are attempted and tested solutions are implemented with an almost poetic synchronicity.
If a rollback doesn't succeed initially, what then?
Then it's time for improvisation, like adjusting during a performance. Sometimes they need to patch flaws and call upon developers for further reinforcement.
Involving developers seems like a smart move. How quick are they to recover typically?
Pretty swiftly. Within an hour, systems often sing their usual tune again, uninterrupted and connected harmoniously.
That's impressive. How do they ensure these incidents don't recur?
Lessons are learned in every dance. Follow-up actions are swift, with periodic testing to ensure the notes of a similar fault don't play again.
It appears as though anticipating failures is as much an art as it is a science.
Right you are. It's an evolving script. The more you practice, the more you excel at reacting with grace and precision.
Does this method of preparation then translate to all areas of their work?
Definitely. It creates a culture where hypothetical questions guide real preparations, kind of like asking, what if a Yuhang statue suddenly danced?
Hypothetical scenarios, an interesting concept. What effect does it have?
They set the stage for proactive testing. Discovering weaknesses before they're tyrannical helps prepare a sturdy front line.
You've painted a picture of a remarkably comprehensive approach, Hu Tao.
It is, isn't it? A bit like Luna's bright beams, unexpected yet illuminating. Google indeed shines the light on perfecting the art of safeguarding systems.
So much insight. How do these practices help in holding strong during actual emergencies?
Well, this preparation translates directly when emergencies hit, as if warriors dancing through the storm, trained, ready, and resilient.
Hu Tao, I find these stories of Google's emergency responses intriguing. Can you delve into some real-life examples? How do these situations arise?
You're in for a treat. Let's start with Google's fascinating practice of breaking their own systems. It sounds wild, right?
Breaking their systems on purpose. That does seem counterintuitive. What's the purpose behind it?
Well, it's quite clever. They introduce controlled failures to expose hidden weaknesses. It's like staging a haunting to see which charms remain unaffected.
And what do they do when things go awry beyond what was expected?
If a test reveals unforeseen havoc, they abort. Then it's a scramble to roll back any changes, restoring harmony with haste and precision.
A scramble, you say? What if they can't undo the changes quickly?
Ha! That's when the magic of collaboration comes into play. They rally developers to patch any uncovered flaws. A teamwork dance, if you will.
Sounds challenging but rewarding. Any specific examples you could share?
Certainly. Once they blocked a single MySQL database to see what would happen, thinking it'd be a breeze.
And what, pray, was the result of such a test?
Chaos unfurled. Dependent services struggled like a flock scattered in the wind, unable to find their way.
Interesting. How did they manage to regain control?
With alacrity, they restored permissions using already tested solutions, mended the database flaw, and within an hour, tranquility prevailed.
An hour is quite impressive. What lessons did they derive from this?
Ah, the sweet fruits of experience. They learned the importance of understanding system interactions, like knowing which ghosts haunt which halls.
A valuable insight. Do these examples often involve such unexpected twists?
Absolutely, like uncovering cryptic runes one wasn't aware existed. Tests highlight these hidden dependencies, driving continual improvement.
And what about configuration changes? Any tales of their own troubles?
Oh yes, picture this. An update on a Friday causes a crash loop, sending the whole digital realm into a twirl of chaos.
A crash loop, you say? How did the Googlers respond?
Panottery. Quick rollback executed by the keen observation of the release engineer, a touch of exquisite luck involved.
Surely such incidents require more than just good fortune.
Of course, EA. Luck only complements skill. They enhance their configurations and test with vigilance to avoid similar setup follies.
Can you elaborate on what they learn from these configurations?
They learn to be wary of rare interactions, like spotting rare talismans among common ones. Their canary processes gain the spotlight for heavier scrutiny.
And automation. Does it also cause its share of intrigue?
Oh, indeed. Automation can swiftly spiral downwards, a world where a simple turndown request nearly wiped out a whole host of servers.
Such peril from automation, how was it corrected?
They swiftly halted further automation and diverted traffic. Recovery was complex, requiring cross-continental teamwork. They redefined processes, post-haste.
Thus, these experiences must shape robust processes going forward.
Right, you are. Each incident is a tale of errors becoming stairways to finesse, deliberate practices rooting cherished avoidance of similar blunders.
So the culture of constant learning and adaptation stands paramount here.
Absolutely. Much like practicing a dance relentlessly to perfect it, each emergency refines and elevates them to navigate future calamities.
An insightful journey, Hu Tao. It seems every misstep is a prelude to a more graceful performance.
Perfectly put. Each stumble absorbs the essence of enlightenment, paving the glorious path toward immaculate execution in the face of trials.
Hu Tao, these tales of emergency responses are rich with detail. But I wonder, how do these organizations ensure they truly learn from each incident?
That's where the magic of documentation comes into play. Imagine scribing tales of battles past. They capture every shadow, every spark, ensuring lessons are etched for future generations.
Documenting outcomes must be a demanding task. How do they ensure completeness and accuracy in this process?
It's about honesty and detail, a record as vivid as the Minland vistas. They chronicle each outage meticulously, asking tough questions to uncover the roots and branches of chaos. No stone is left unturned.
Intriguing. Do they use these records to avoid making the same mistake twice?
Absolutely. Think of it as reading ancient scrolls to dodge the traps of old. Each lesson learned fortifies their responses, weaving a tapestry of improved methods over time.
So continuous refinement becomes a cornerstone of their strategy.
Exactly. They don't just confront calamities, they transform them into stepping stones toward mastery. It's perpetual evolution, much like a dancer refining every move.
And how do they foster a culture that encourages questioning and testing?
By championing curiosity, asking what if is as essential as breathing. It's like pondering if my spirit-soothing poetry might quell unsettled spirits.
Proactive testing sounds intense, yet perhaps daunting.
Intense, yes, but wonderfully rewarding. Like a vigilant guardian, they engage in regular tests, ensuring systems can withstand whatever the world conjures up.
This must require a significant investment of time and resources, no?
Indeed, it does. But as with the crafting of a precise talisman, the outcomes justify every moment and effort invested, creating a robust shield against future failures.
In this perpetually evolving landscape, how do they keep track and ensure every member remains informed?
Regular updates and fluid communication are key. Like choosing the right melody for a festive eve, they must ensure each note, each incident, is shared and understood by all.
You speak of learning from history with such passion. Does each organization then maintain a repository of these incidents?
They do. It's like gathering poems and songs, crafting collections of reminders, an archive of wisdom to prevent old ghosts from revisiting the haunts.
And this practice instills strength and resilience against unforeseen challenges.
Without a doubt, each challenge faced transforms them anew. It's an endless symphony of resilience and strength.
Continuous learning indeed sounds both a challenge and a privilege. How do these practices translate to system enhancements?
The lessons guide refinement, a gentle sculptor's hand. Systems grow stronger, processes smoother, through every lesson learned.
In this evolving narrative, I imagine there must be challenges even in understanding these lessons.
True. Unraveling the lessons can be as perplexing as decoding ancient runes, but immensely satisfying once understood.
It seems every challenge carries the seeds of growth.
Precisely. Each stumbling block hides gems of potential ready to be unearthed and transformed into treasures of resilience.
A captivating process indeed. Do these strategies hold universal value, applicable across different organizational contexts?
Without a doubt. Whether in the grand halls of Leeway or the digital realms of Google, these practices fortify the resolve of any organization against the specter of chaos.
It's a profound approach, aligning well with the creation of stable futures.
Truly, the path of learning from adversity nurtures steadfast roots, guiding organizations toward success and serenity, one step at a time.
And so this continuity of refinement and introspection is what forms the backbone of enduring systems.
Absolutely, it's a whirlwind dance of growth, endlessly expanding, eternally perfecting what's built.
Hu Tao, your insights are quite illuminating. It seems reflection and understanding are at the heart of progress.
Indeed, Ei. Every reflection is like gazing into a tranquil pool, revealing truths that guide future paths.
Thank you, Hu Tao, for this enlightening journey through the art of learning from the flames of adversity.
My pleasure, Ei. May these lessons ring true, like the chimes of a temple bell, guiding us all toward a brighter tomorrow.